You got any drugs? Yes, we can.
This woman is deaf, and the arresting officer knew it before he arrived on scene.
But I'm aware that she's deaf and hard of hearing. I let everyone know before we got there.
No, she's not hard of hearing. She's deaf.
Yes,
she
deaf,
was born
yes,
deaf. And she's legally blind.
Yes, deaf and or hard of hearing.
She's also legally blind and couldn't find her glasses. The arresting officer knew that, too.
Hey, she got glasses in there? Glasses, contacts? Can y'all check around inside for her real quick?
He said he arrested her because it was a dangerous situation.
I make an arrest in order to stop a potentially dangerous situation to serve. Yeah. Can y'all knock that out? One of y'all? Come on this way. I ain't trying to hurt you, but you got problems. Come on this way. You're not under arrest. You're not under arrest. Can you read it?
It's amazing how easily you can use the police against someone. When you're done using your girlfriend, break up with her and then call the police to have her trespassed and arrested. Nevertheless, Christy leaves the house with the officer and appears compliant. She walks to the neighboring yard but is brought back to the driveway by the officer physically controlling her. She is in the driveway location only because the police officer put her there instead of allowing her to leave.
So basically,
no one is
it's going to cost money over some bullshit that just happened?
Whatever legal expenses you choose to do is on you. She can be provided with an attorney.
Seriously?
Yes.
This is how we work? With a handicapped person?
Are we done? Any more questions? Come on this way. I ain't trying to hurt you, but you got problems. Come on this way. You're not under arrest. You're not under arrest. Can you read it? Can you read this if I write it? You can't see it or what? Can you try? Can you try? Look. No, you're not under arrest. You are not under arrest. But they don't want you here no more. You don't live here. You're going to have to go, okay? You can't try? Glasses? They have your glasses?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
The officer continuously talks to her as if she can hear him. He can't get it through his head that she is deaf. Finally, he starts to write down chicken scratch on a small notepad. But it is dark outside and she can't find her glasses. This was obviously a domestic situation call. Yet nowhere in the video do we see the police get her side. Did anything happen to her? Was she hurt? What was she trying to communicate? The police couldn't care less. Nowhere in the video do I see the police give her a pen and paper so she can write to them. Sergeant Rodriguez disputes this. What do you think?
To mention, when we were on scene, that officer that was initially making contact with her was writing, and they were doing it in writing. And
not that. Just the officer. I never. And correct me if I'm wrong. They never gave her that opportunity.
What opportunity are you talking about?
To write a note. It was only one way.
She was writing back.
Oh, she was. Okay.
Yes, sir. She was writing back. So when the officer was there, because I was there briefly, and then I ended up leaving. But when I was there, basically the officer that was initially communicating with her, did in writing, hey, you cannot be here. They don't want you here. And at which point she understood. And then the other officer was doing the criminal trespass because the homeowner did not want her there anymore.
She like wrote down on paper or somehow said that she understood.
Yes, because I spoke with my officer and I asked him, hey, what did you ask? He was like, that you cannot be at this property. You need to leave. At which point she was like, yes, I understand. I just want to.
She said, yes, I understand.
That's what she said. That's what she wrote on the paper.
Okay, maybe we can do an open records request for that paper.
Hey, she got glasses in there? Glasses, contacts? Can y'all check around inside for him real quick?
Yeah, I think so. She has a cell phone.
Can you call for someone to pick you up, a ride? It's right on there. It's right on there to have someone in front of you. Bought her glasses? She normally wears them, right? Hold on a second. Hold on.
The police are trying to get her for trespassing. Unfortunately, instead of being law enforcement officers, they are the feelings police. For someone to be legally trespassing, multiple elements of the criminal offense must be met, including that you must enter or remain on the property of another. 2, it must be without effective consent. 3, you must receive notice to depart, but fail to do so. Words matter. The language of the statute is that you must receive the notice. The cops say that they told her multiple times, and indeed viewers can hear the police orally say it. That's cute and all, but she is deaf! As you watch, pay attention to see if the elements were met. Do you think she understood what was going on? And more importantly, was she on the property? If so, why was she on the property? When she was arrested, was she on the property, leaving the property, off the property, or entering the property?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll lift up and try. If you can, tell her that y'all don't have her glasses and that she needs to contact someone to come pick her up.
Criminally trespassing. You're not going to jail. Stop. You up in the car. Can we pick you up? What about Paddock Court?
Yeah, just play for the.
Yes.
You should
You're trespass. You can't be over here. No, if you look. She's trying to argue with me still. She's trying to think I broke up with her because she's upset. And like, so.
Does she understand that she's not supposed to?
Yeah, she knows that now. Yeah.
Hey, can you ask?
Listen, it's time to go. Calm down. Calm down. Ask her. Sign stand. All right. Explain to her that she can call a ride or she can walk off. But she has to
Either you get to walk off or find a ride or you're going to arrest you.
Can you ask her if she needs a ride somewhere?
You need a
You want a ride?
You guys offer you a ride somewhere. Well, why don't you go to your mom?
Oh, God.
I'm not wrong with you. Sorry. Oh,
Ask her if she wants
this
a
is
ride.
the change. This is the change. It's breaking you up. Sorry, brother. Stop!
That's it.
You need to leave. You need to leave.
Oh my God.
Just leave, man. All I'm trying to do is give you a ride somewhere else, okay?
It's too late now. I'm hooking her up.
Too late now.
Well, where'd she get? Where'd she get?
This was not an emergent or urgent situation. No one other than Christy was in any danger. The police should have stepped back and briefed on the call that had an unusual dynamic to it. They should have summoned the appropriate personnel to effectively communicate with Christy. Even if someone had to come from Houston and it took hours, that's fine. There was plenty of time. Heck, the sister got to the police department within minutes because she was watching the live stream. There were reasonable solutions. But the police don't care about anyone but themselves. They can't be inconvenienced or spend their time actually serving the public. The entire shift was there. And this was the outcome.
Leave.
Oh my God.
Just leave, man. All I'm trying to do is give you a ride somewhere else, okay?
It's too late now. I'm hooking her up.
Too late now.
Well, where'd she get? Where'd she get?
Criminal trespass. She was after David.
Oh, I
Who's the one saying? Who's the one with her face?
I need the homeowner. Let me get his phone number. I tried to tell you, please. They already gave multiple warnings. Now they're going to take you to jail now.
Guys.
Now they're going to take you to jail now. Hey, can you please just put us around there in jail, please?
She's not willing to leave, man. I got
She's willing to leave.
We're past that. We're past it. Catch down. You got any drugs? Yes, we can. Get in there. Nope. Under arrest. You are under arrest. You are under arrest.
Sit up. Back up a little bit.
He really is not wanting to approach her. I told him to do. Like, it's out of her hands. You know, she tried to run back into the house. We told her multiple times she needs to leave. But it is what it is.
Okay. What's going on?
The police routinely unarrest people. They are blue line here. And if the state doesn't have a complaining witness, then it is stupid to proceed, even if the elements of the offense had occurred. What happened on scene was bad enough, but what happened later demonstrates just who these police officers really are.
What she said, anxiety. So I was like, are you currently suffering from that? She said, no, I'm good right now. So she's good right now, but like I said, every 30 minutes we go check on her, and if she needs something, if we see that she's up, then we go communicate again, see if she needs something. But like I said,
right, but when you're saying through the phone, you're like texting back and forth, like a text message or something, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
yes. So she's able to. She can use my cell phone, and she basically type whatever she needs to tell me.
And I think that's a great solution. And thank you for, maybe in the future when scenes aren't, really that severe, maybe we can slow down, take a deep breath, and come up with a great solution like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we're just human, I mean, sometimes, we find solutions after everything's done or whatever. But obviously, I do believe that if we would have used a cell phone, it would have been much easier. But at the same time, we were kind of in the place,
The sergeant blames the human factor. But that's not the case here. Even after, when the police officer gets details about the situation, it seems pretty obvious that he doesn't care about justice. The patrol boys drive around looking to search and destroy, and in an instant they ruin lives. They'll never apologize or admit to a bad arrest. Instead, justice of the peace robin rape will rubber stamp the arrest, and there will be no accountability. Christie is left under attack and must struggle to defend herself. The officer doesn't give a fluff of sheep's wool about her, and I've never seen it articulated so callously.
So that requires sign language for her to communicate.
Yeah, her boyfriend.
No,
used a form of,
absolutely not.
I'm not going to argue with him. I'm explaining to you what happened, okay?
Okay, but I'm explaining to you because she's my sister.
Jennifer, I'm not going to argue with you. And Jennifer, I'm going to explain.
Listen, okay, go ahead.
I'm going to explain this to you, okay? She, like I said, she was told to leave by the residence. She does not take up active residence there, okay? We used her a combination of trying to write it down for her and her boyfriend to explain to her that she needed to leave. It was clear that there was some recognition of what she needed to do to leave the residence. Okay. I did not. It wasn't my intention to go out there and arrest her immediately. I wanted her to simply leave to be done with the problem. But unfortunately, she remained at the residence after being told to leave several times. When she decided to sprint around me, and that's what happened. When she decided to sprint around me, then the scene was getting out of control, and then I did make the decision to arrest for criminal trespass.
Okay. One, she's legally blind, so anything that you write down, especially in the dark, she can't read. She didn't have her glasses on. Okay. She was trying to tell you that her glasses were broke. You didn't understand that. You asked your boyfriend if they were in the house.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. They're broke. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have them.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, her boyfriend, doesn't even know half of the sign language that he should know for her to understand. Not only that, is how can you be trespassed, get trespassing charges pressed against you when you're invited to that house? Again, for the second time in 2 weeks.
Well, I'll explain it to you this way, okay? She can bring all those facts to court. And she's not proven guilty right now.
But this is how it's gotta be, like, on and on and on.
If you believe and she believes that she's not guilty for certain reason that you're saying, you can bring that on court, okay?
But, and also, it is the city's responsibility to provide an interpreter, not anybody else in the residence or anybody else around.
Okay. Like I said, you can bring all these facts up in a court of law. And that's all there is to it.
Do you know if she's okay? Did you ask her if she was okay?
Yeah, she seems to be fine.
Did she understand you?
Yes, she's writing for us right now. She's writing just fine for us right now.
for tonight because she can't understand what's going on when you tell her.
Okay, I've already.
When you tell me,
no,
but you
Jennifer,
told her.
Jennifer, I've already explained that to you. If you believe she's not guilty for certain reasons, there's certain mitigating circumstances, you believe that she's not actually guilty of the crime that she presented.
She's not guilty of the crime because you didn't want to arrest her, right?
Those are facts that are presented in a court of law.
You didn't want to arrest her. You said, if you find her right, I'm not going to arrest you.
It is never my initial intention to go, it is never my initial reason to just go out and make an arrest immediately. I don't want that. I make an arrest in order to stop a potentially dangerous situation.
Thank you for that. Okay, thank you for that. And you told her, if you can find her right, I'm not going to arrest you. She did not understand that.
Then we had her boyfriend explain to her the best he can.
No,
and
but the thing is,
relationship. Okay, I understand what you're saying. He's not. I understand.
Somebody else's job to get an interpreter.
I understand you're saying she's not a professional interpreter. If you believe that she's not guilty of those facts, you can bring that up in court of law. Okay.
So basically,
no one is
it's going to cost money over some bullshit that just happened?
Whatever legal expenses you choose to do is on you. She can be provided with an attorney.
Seriously?
Yes.
This is how we work? With a handicapped person?
Are we done? Any more questions? I've explained it to you.
Is she being released?
Right now? No.
Are you booking her?
She's being booked.
You're booking her?
Yes. She's under arrest for criminal trespass. She'll be seen by a judge in the morning.
Okay. Well, does she have any marks on her?
Not that I saw.
None whatsoever.
No, not that I saw.
Even though she was invited to that house.
Then told to leave. She doesn't take up active residence there. She was told but to leave by a homeowner.
Did you ask her that?
What's that?
Did you ask her that?
A homeowner on scene was asked.
Did you ask Christy if she was told to leave?
She was told to leave while we were there. We were there speaking to the homeowner.
She didn't understand you. That's what I'm saying. She did not understand.
Once again, Jennifer, these are facts you're going to bring.
Oh my God. Okay? This is ridiculous.
Okay.
What is your name?
Officer Early, badge number 719.
This is totally ridiculous.
This video was originally live streamed on Brazoria County Scanner by John Gray. It must have been destiny that he arrived when he did. The Freeport shift uses their in-car computer to hide their locations. Fortunately, this scene was on Avenue A, so John found it quickly. Rodriguez claimed that they are not hiding from John. Tonight, y'all were going mobile, trying to hide where y'all were.
No, we're not trying to hide. We're just trying to use the equipment that the PD give us.
I taught Mr. Gray some tactics that I've learned about how to find people who are trying to hide. And so he showed up, and then the family member was able to see on video live what was happening, and then I guess has already communicated with you. But that was how the family knew this time, was because of video, not because of any sort of outgoing communication provided while she was in custody with the police. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, like the statement you said that we're trying to hide, we're not trying to do that. I mean, they issue the computers in our units, and they want us to use the computer in the unit, so that's what we're doing. We're not doing it because John Gray's out. I'm just letting you know that.
Okay, we might do some statistics on that, but regarding her being able to communicate, what I'm trying to really stress is her ability to communicate both externally and internally if there was a problem. Does that make sense? Do you understand that that's what I'm really focused on right here? Is if she has a problem, will she be able to communicate both ways?
She'll be able to communicate like we've been doing. I mean,
they're probably gonna try to take you back there.
So yes, is she being booked or?
Yeah, she's being booked. Go ahead, and come on back. I'll explain it all to you.
Can you explain it to me here?
I'll take you back here to the office. Explain it to you.
She says she wants to talk out here, sir.
I'll explain it to you here.
Can we talk out here though?
I'll explain it all to you. If you have questions, I'm going to bring you aside for privacy.
Is it fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
As of recording, Christy is being held hostage without bond in the Freeport City Jail.
And we usually do jail checks every hour, but because of the same things, we're doing it every 30 minutes. We're constantly going and check with her. All she told me, she was like, I just want to go to sleep. I was like, in the morning, you know, once you see the judge, they're going to come bond you out like they did last time.
Okay, so bond, I mean, I don't know who, hopefully she can afford someone to bond her out. So do y'all have a TTY phone for the inmates to call a family member or anything like that?
I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Teletypewriter, it's how people who cannot hear how they speak on the telephone as they type back and
Not
forth?
not that I'm aware.
So y'all don't have a way for her to communicate outside of y'all's facility.
Not that I'm aware.
Yeah, I understand that a while back, a couple weeks ago, she was there for a little bit. I guess no one really knew where she was for a little bit. It was kind of worrisome.
Because this just happened 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
She sat in this jail for 2 days without anybody knowing where she was at.
Well,
She didn't
I'm
make
not
a
the
phone
officer that
call,
handled that scene.
but you're aware that she was arrested 2 weeks ago. for
Actually,
the
I
same
wasn't.
thing.
Actually, I
You
wasn't.
just told me.
No, you told me. I understand we've had dealings with her before. I wasn't sure anything happened 2 weeks. Because I was now
Okay, it may not have been 2 weeks ago. Maybe
whatever
3
time,
weeks ago.
whatever time it was.
But she's been down this road with Freeport
I understand that.
within the month
I understand that.
for the same stuff.
Okay.
And then she sat here for 2 days without no phone call to an emergency contact, anything. For 2 days. That's why I'm so pissed, because she's...
So stuff in the past.
No.
Okay.
The establishment voters of Brazoria County pretend to support limited government, but in reality, they don't care about the Constitution or whether the police follow the law. There will be no accountability for the police. Likely, bootlickers will say they are sorry that the police have to put up with deaf people and accountability. Meanwhile, a handicapped woman will suffer additional hardship by the hands of the government. Another poor outcome caused by the patrol boys who purportedly protect and serve with pride. This is what tough on crime really means. Armed men ganging up on a disoriented deaf woman. Do you support this?